Welcome to Random Thoughts. Ray Sean Blyden here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Check out my store, which I'm going to use as my sponsor because I know when you talk about the darlings left Planned Parenthood and this topic that I'm going to talk about the detransitioners, this is surely not going to be monetized. So let's start the show with the sponsor.
Sean's Shop presents AI art, instrumental beats. We have a variety of art for everyone, abstract paintings, and so much more. Visit RASEANSSHOPPE.com or scan the QR code or click link in the description below.
So go on over to RaySeanShop.com. It's a catchy tune. RASEANSSHOPPE.com or click on the link in the I like it. All right. Enough of that. Let's get serious on this as the Hodge twins. I forget which one always says. Let's get serious on this. Which one says that? If you watch their show on YouTube, let me know in the comments. All right, let's get into this. Planned Parenthood is being sued for malpractice. It says here, detransitioners sue Planned Parenthood for gender malpractice as our tax dollars fund it. Okay, let's get into this. Planned Parenthood was once considered a women's health organization. Wait, I gotta play that again. I gotta read that again. Planned Parenthood was considered a women's health organization. Yeah, I thought so. She laughed so hard she farted. Okay, that's insane. It was never considered a women's health organization. Are you kidding me? It's a butcher shop, for lack of a better word. I hate to sound so vile on it, but that's what it is. Let's continue. But women are out now. It's up for debate what a woman even is anymore, and something very different is in. Well, I heard about this. I heard about this. So basically, how can I put it? The business of butchering and getting rid of many black babies, let's be honest, the stats are clearly there. Black women are the one who mostly get these procedures of the butchering done. So now that that's down, they needed to find another cash cow. Bring in the transgenders, because that's their cash cow. That's their new cash cow. Let's continue here. A non-profit. Oh, I think I skipped something. But women are out. Now it's up for debate what a woman even is anymore. I did read that. A nonprofit generally associated with abortions on demand, which is what it is, recently Planned Parenthood has gotten into a different game, luring people into the idea that they can change their gender. We should be playing the laugh track for that. Yeah, you can't do it. It's a farce. You can't change your gender. The number of people, particularly young women, being treated at Planned Parenthood for gender dysphoria and given drugs in the mistaken belief a girl can become a boy or vice versa has skyrocketed. With the increase in numbers has come the inevitable trauma. So, a disturbing report Thursday in the Free Press identified Christina Heinemann as the first detransitioner to sue Planned Parenthood for medical malpractice. She had just turned 18 when Planned Parenthood prescribed her a cocktail of hormonal drugs. Hyndman, like many other women or many other young women who believe they can become men, has autism per the report and had been battling a cluster of medical health problems. So let's stop there. Essentially, in my opinion here, Planned Parenthood are finding people who has medical or psychological issues and know that there's easily to manipulate and tell them, well, Christina, you know what? You feel like a Chris, don't you? You feel like a Chris. I know you feel like a Chris, and we can make that happen for real. We can play God, and we can turn you into a Chris. We can do it. We have the drugs, we have the power, we have the juice to do it. We can dispose of your breasts, and we can make you have chest, and we can give you a okay. I don't want to get too graphic with this. Let's not go down the road, but you get my point here. It's sick. It's psychotic. Sick and psychotic. Like many other young women who believe they can become men, has autism, per the report, and had been battling a cluster of mental health problems, self harm, depression, and anxiety. A second woman, identified as Anna in the story, has filed a separate lawsuit against Planned Parenthood after being given hormonal drugs at the age of 19 without any discussion of the many possible painful side effects. She's seeking 50,000 in damages. It's not just young adults. The Free Press cites insurance claim data indicating that about 12,000 youths under the age of 17 sought gender related care at Planned Parenthood clinics between 2017 and 2023. Meanwhile, ever more American, even, wait, let me just repeat that. The lights are bright, it's hard to see sometimes. Meanwhile, ever more Americans have rightly focused on the distressing trend of children being put on hormones or undergoing surgical procedures in a fruitless attempt to change their gender. Again, let me look in the camera. Look at me like Russ Limbaugh would say, you or used to say, you cannot change your gender. Parents, oh, ooh, did you just say that I am being hateful because I told the truth? Oh well, suck it up, buttercup. Parents' right groups are fighting on behalf of mothers and fathers who've been kept in the dark about their own children' mental health. I think California, they're leading the way on that, where they allow teachers to hide these things from parents when if a child feels like they need, like Tommy feels like a Tomona. I don't know these. Anyway, let's keep going here. Alliance Defending Freedom, for example, has 7 active cases representing parents suing school districts that secretly transition their children behind their backs. Oh my Lord, no, Father, forgive me. But if I was a parent and the school, I'm going to stop there because I'm going to incriminate myself. But unhappy or depressed 18-year-olds who can't legally have a drink of alcohol, place a bet in most casinos, or rent a car also shouldn't be handed life destroying drugs when they're having a low moment. While plenty of parents in Hollywood seem only too happy to parade their gender confused children around, most of the rest of us understand that what these kids are going through is largely a phase much like when they wanted to be Batman as a toddler. A groundbreaking 15-year study from the Netherlands released in April found just this, that feelings of gender non contendness collapse with age. Of course it does. It's just like when you were a kid, you were curious. You played with your sister's Barbie, and then you popped the head. Okay, that's me. I popped the head off. Okay, dark moment. Heinemann decided to transition at 17, but her parents' opposition made I have a what do you call it, a photogenic memory, so I vividly remember doing that. My sister was mad. I popped the head off all of her dolls. Um, a troubled, yes, I was a troubled child, but that's another story. A troubled 18-year-old is in no position to make like life-altering decisions. Detransitioner lawsuits are rising across the country, and it turns out that many people feel that they were lied to. Of course, they were. Even Elon Musk, he talked about it, about losing his son in that way. And I think his son fired back, but I didn't watch that or listen to it. So if you know I remember, the only thing I can remember his son saying that he wasn't there for him. And I can relate to that. My father wasn't there for me either, but I didn't want to become a woman. But I digress. But then again, kids are impressible. I don't think he wanted to become a woman on his own. He was brainwashed into believing I don't know his name, but anyway, let's not go down that road. But the point is, kids are kids, and it's tough being a kid, and only the strong survive. And you can't change your gender. You can delete parts of your body, but you're still biologically a man, which is why it's insane the stories that have been coming out from the Olympics of men boxing women and getting, they're in a coma. Some quitting because they're getting hit too hard. But you're being hit by a man. You're not being hit by a woman. But let me calm down, because I could rant about that. I'm curious to know how many people are watching the Olympics. If you are, let me know in the comments if you are watching the Olympics, why you're watching the Olympics, and if the anti-God messaging that they had from the beginning bothered you, or it didn't bother you at all. Heinemann had her breast removed after what she described as a superficial consult, a troubling example of how the deeply abnormal has been normalized in our healthcare system. Of course, it's all about money. Remember that, parents. How can we simply accept that healthy breasts can be removed without any trauma following? It makes no sense. But the larger question is this: why are we taxpayers supporting these procedures? Is that is where I want to just explode. I don't want to support abortions, and I definitely don't want to support the destruction of God's innocent children being being manipulated into chopping breasts and penises off. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It makes no sense, as they say right here. But the larger question, again, as they're saying, why do we have to pay for this? Well, let me tell you why. In some cases, when it comes to the school districts that's hiding it from the parents, if they're hiding it from the parent isn't paying for it. So who's going to pay for it? We are. And I don't want to pay for this demonic, satanic thing. Planned Parenthood gets $670 million a year in government funding. Trump, when you get back in there, you have to do something about this. Its latest annual report touts that 41 Planned Parenthood affiliates providing gender affirming hormone therapy. Why a taxpayer money go into this bizarre kind of medicine that takes advantage of vulnerable people in a state of distress? It's one thing to look away and quite another to be funding it. Other countries are facing the reality that gender transition is false and that pushing this concept is causing more problems than it solves. On Wednesday, Britain's National Health Service launched a new program for detransitioners because so many of them need specialized care after botched attempts to change their birth sex. Again, look at me. You cannot change your sex. You can chop off parts and pretend, but you're not a woman and you're not a man. You're the same sex you were born with. But I digress. I digress. I can be loving and generally show that I care about people, but I cannot just idly sit back and say, you know what? This thing you're doing, I'm down with that. I'm fine with it. Nope. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not something you should be doing. You need psychiatric help, mental, check yourself in somewhere. Don't go to these people who are going to say, you know what, Johnny, you know what, Christina, you're really a boy, you're really a girl, and we can help you change. Even if your parents don't believe it, we can help you, and we can do this without their knowledge and consent, and there ain't nothing they can do about it. That's insane to me. Even saying it out of my mouth, it's crazy and it's insane. It really is. So anyway, the UK, as well as Denmark, Sweden, and other countries in Europe, have limited hormone treatments for minors after realizing the harm they cause. Yet in the United States, it's still full speed ahead because they're, like the Hodge twin would say, they're bat bat batted crazy. I don't curse, so I won't say the word, but you know what they say. Let's say this: they're bat manure crazy. Planned Parenthood has always asserted that its federal funding doesn't directly pay for the abortions its clinic provides, but money is fundable by supporting the organization that 670 million indirectly subsidize all of Planned Parenthood services. Now, the organization is supporting extremely controversial gender procedures with the help of our tax dollars. We should we why should we pay for any of it? Defunding Planned Parenthood is an easy call, and politicians should be braver in making it. It's true. That's I've been calling for that. Many black babies are being killed. They're being killed by these butcher shops. They're being murdered and now they want to go after the youth. They say, okay, fine. This one slipped through the cracks and it lived. Let's screw them up as much as we can. Essentially, is what it boils down to. It's just, it's insane, folks. So anyway, this video wasn't sponsored, so please do visit my shop, grab yourself some art, or just simply just go to my website and donate. Help us there, so we can keep talking about the controversial things. Leave a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Random thoughts, politics,